Hey, it's Richie and Wes.
He's Richie.
And he's Wes.
And this is our show. Welcome back to the chaotic ramblings of two gays in West Hollywood. And as ever, we are so chaotic. Even before the episode started.
Literally.
We tried to begin without having our microphones on. So,
Yep.
You know what? That's why I tap it every week.
You do. That is
week.
your go-to. When we are on our 30-second pause, you always tap the microphone and then check to make sure that the feedback is coming through on the laptop.
We do that little 30-second room test. And, yep, I always tap it. And it saved us this week because I would have been like, why isn't it moving? What's wrong? What's broken?
Wouldn't be the first time we've recorded without these sounds.
Oh my god, this show has had so many...
Those good old days.
So many technical issues.
Podbean.
I mean, we're still on Podbean, but that was
but when we used
like
to record
live.
from...
Yeah, we recorded live from the app on the phone, which I
there
don't
were like,
recommend.
2 episodes that we recorded and it didn't register or something?
Yeah, they were just like, oh, you made an episode?
Nope, all on mute.
That. or they just like blipped away. I was like,
it's like, oh, okay.
Oh. Well, you were saying before we started the show, you just keep going. You just keep going.
Keep going. The show goes on no matter what. In all aspects of life.
Absolutely. You just keep pushing forward and you just keep doing it.
We had a very motivational moment before the show, guys. Sorry.
Yes.
I was in tears. Then I was motivating Wes. This is what we do.
Yeah. We've been doing it since 2017. And I cannot say we have gotten any technically more advanced, but I feel like we just have fun.
We do.
We've gotten much better at having fun.
I actually met someone today that has a YouTube. Oddly enough.
Ooh.
I'm going to shout him out real quick.
Yeah, all these independent creators, I'm telling y'all.
Yes, and he's a nerdy guy too.
Oh, cute.
Yes, he's been like interviewed New York Comic Con, Chicago Comic Con.
Go for him. It's not easy to keep it going, and I'm sure many people listening have thought about doing something like a YouTube channel or a podcast, which I say do it.
Do it.
But there's probably just as many who did try it and were like, dang, this takes a lot more work than I thought it did.
Yes. No, he actually stopped for, I guess, a few years and is going to start back up, but his handle is, it's just some random guy. And he's on YouTube. He's over 100,000 subscribers.
Cute.
Amazing person. I gave him our podcast information. He laughed at that as well. So I was like, "Oh, we didn't really think that out because it's just our handles on social media." Yeah.
Hey, at this point, Richie and Wes, it works. It's great. It's
works.
Short, it's memorable.
Exactly. Yeah, but keep on going. Just keep on going.
And that's what we're doing.
Yes.
Still working on my old computer. I might have mentioned computer issues. Speaking of technical difficulties, I might have mentioned some issues with my old laptop, which broke and it doesn't close anymore, so it's not much of a laptop. And I got a brand new one.
Yes.
But all the settings for the podcast are on the old one. And so for now, this is our podcast computer.
And it's fine. It's open.
It's fine. Permanently.
At least it's not closed shut.
It could be worse.
Silver lining. You know
That's why I didn't glue it.
I'm always about a silver lining.
That is why.
It could be worse. It could be closed shut. You can open it up.
And that's why I didn't glue it. Because I looked at all these YouTube videos. They were like, oh yeah, you can fix that. Just use some glue and baking soda and a penny. And I was like, you know what? Yeah. I'm going to glue it shut.
Right.
I'm not going to do that.
No, leave it open. It's fine. It works just fine. It's recording right now. It's worked fine for years now.
Sometimes it's good enough.
It's all right. If anything, once the other one is up and running,
exactly,
this will be a backup.
I've taken photos of the settings that are set.
Good.
So when I do switch over to the new one, I know what settings I have. But the thing about having an old laptop that I stopped all the updates on, because I think we've talked about this before, the update conspiracy.
Yes.
At a certain point, do not update that old device. It's gonna thrash.
Nope.
It's going to run slower. The battery's going to die faster. On purpose.
Uh-huh.
There's a documentary about this. Like, they deliberately thrash your devices when you do these updates. In fact, I've got to take my phone off automatic updates too. But yeah, I stopped all the updates, so now the programs, even though I've been using Audacity, like I don't know what the newest version of Audacity looks
Yeah.
like. They probably updated it several times.
And it looks totally different, probably. And
sure it is. I ain't got time for that right now.
nope.
I'm working on a vertical series.
Exactly.
That's taking up all my fucking time.
Exactly.
Speaking of,
Priorities.
yes. So I'm sure you're curious to know about my vertical series that I've been working on. I just showed Richie the first episode.
Yes, and I was highly impressed.
It's called Ghosted.
And that's literally me being honest, because I'm never not honest, especially with him and my friends.
Oh no, I knew you'd be like, well, this part.
Oh yeah, I
Actually,
even tried to critique one part, and I actually loved it because I missed a part that he actually included that I gave a suggestion on.
His note was already there.
Mind you, if you have real friends, you can give them notes on things, and, and it should be okay.
Yeah.
You should want to not say, oh my god, that's amazing, and then see them fail. No, I want to see my friends fucking win.
Constructive feedback in a positive way.
Exactly. And that's how I always do it.
Yeah.
But no, great.
It's called Ghosted.
Yes.
And it's about someone who makes a ghostly match on a dating app.
Which I'm sure that all y'all are used to.
So it's romantic, it's fucking me, so it's comedic,
yes.
but also ghostly and spooky and fun. So look for that. That'll be out March. First episode comes out March 20th. It's the equinox. So I thought that would be a good day.
Yeah.
To release something kind of fun. Not that the equinox is spooky, it's just the moon, whatever.
We don't mean the gym, by the way.
No.
That is spooky enough.
It is. The membership fee is what's spooky.
Yes.
Okay, how do you want to start? I feel like we've already started, but what's our next topic? Welcome to the show. This is literally every episode. I'm
just going to start off with something we normally don't do is politics, but I'm going to do it just because I think it's hilarious, and I had an hilarious interaction yesterday with someone. So if you haven't realized, the Orange Pumpkin has basically started a fucking tariff war with everyone, including our friends in Canada who have been our allies for I don't know how long.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yeah. France, everyone.
Mexico.
Yeah. 200% tariffs on wine, champagne, imported alcohol, and then made a statement saying that we're going to have American champagne. Well, in case you didn't know.
And this is the least stupid thing he said, but...
Yes. But in case you didn't know, that can exist because champagne is only made in the Champagne region of France. It's named after that region called Champagne. Well, I posted this, and then someone, because I've been very much, actually, oddly enough, off of social media for the past, week. Up until, today, when I had nothing to do because I was waiting around for my car to get fixed. And someone said, that's absolutely incorrect. Because Corbel has champagne.
No, they don't.
You should probably, know the industry before you comment on things. Let me give you a little backstory about me. I have ran bars, restaurants, fine dining restaurants, nightclubs, and lounges for 20 years. I am the industry, honey. So, I said, actually, Corbel has a, quote, champagne because they use similar practices as far as making it, but it's basically a differently distilled sparkling wine. I am the industry. I know what I'm speaking about, and I don't normally speak about things online unless I know exactly 100,000% that I'm going to be correct about it. So, no, you cannot make champagne anywhere other than Champagne, France. And the greatest thing was that other industry professionals chimed in and was like, actually, he's correct because of the. I'm like,
You can try. You can slap it on the label. I mean,
yes,
sure.
okay, that's fine.
People don't know the wine community itself is that's all. It's like a regal
Yes.
council of vampire
Literally.
elders who rule over the wine, champagne, sparkling. What like to really? First of all, Corbel.
Exactly. I don't fucking. I'm all.
We do not
That's
recognize.
that's your fucking
that
rebuttal.
brand.
That's your rebuttal, sweetheart. Corbel, a $9 bottle of fucking sparkling wine.
Ah, I mean, don't get me wrong; it does in a pinch.
It does. I mean, we drink cheap wine every fucking week on here.
Sure, yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it. However, don't come with me with a fucking argument regarding things that I have been well versed in and educated on for 20 years now.
Thank you. That was actually part of a conversation I just had with a brand new wine company in California who we may get to do some fun stuff with this summer. P.S.
Yeah.
It's Wings Wine Company,
Okay.
and that's what they're doing is sparkling wine. And one of the things
See,
that
they know not to call
one
fucking
of the
champagne.
things that's what she brought up during the call was like people love their sparkling wine and this and that and the other, but of course it's not champagne because you can only make champagne
In champagne. And the funny thing is that it's not a difficult concept to grasp.
Oh,
So and with a man of that much wealth and power and affluence, apparently, I don't understand how he doesn't understand that. American champagne. No, it's fucking sparkling wine. We've had American champagne for fucking decades, you idiot.
well, and just
I can.
being such a uber rich snob, you'd think he would know the
Yes.
difference anyway.
Oh, and the car dealerships are filling in as well because those Trump supporting dealers are realizing that these cars have parts that are made in Mexico.
Yep.
Parts that are made in China.
Duh.
Parts that are made in everywhere else besides fucking America.
Yeah.
So, I thought I was safe owning a Honda dealership that's Japanese. Oh, well, half those parts are made in fucking Mexico. So guess what's gonna happen? Oh.
Do y'all remember the supply chain issues during the pandemic?
Clearly no one does. Besides us.
Exactly what is going to happen again if
I just think it's hilarious.
this continues in this vein.
And that's all I have to say about politics.
It's just
The rest is all fun, lighthearted, and pop culture, so.
yeah, I've been just keeping myself busy with look, I'm focused so much on putting these 1-minute episodes together. It's taking hours and hours and hours out of my day, and I love it. Because, yes,
Good.
I still know what's going on in the world, but
Yes.
I'm not doom scrolling for hours.
Yes.
I'm not getting into the comments and like all this stuff. I'm aware of it.
Yep.
I know what's happening.
You pop in, you
I
pop out. That's it.
Can't allow that. I can't be pissed off for the next 4 years.
Yep.
So I'm channeling that energy into something else.
As you should.
As many people should channel their rivalry towards LA into something else. Have you ever noticed how many people hate LA?
Oh my gosh.
And yet,
Our friend I just name dropped, we had a whole conversation about this. He's from Minnesota. From Detroit.
yeah,
I'm sorry, Michigan. Detroit. And has lived here for several years, and he brought up the conversation about the unnecessary hate
hmm
that LA gets, and he's like, I mean, there's something to complain about everywhere, but like you can't beat the weather.
Yeah.
The people that are here are cool. There's some like
also wherever that so-called rivalry is coming from, LA people are like, "Oh yeah, I've been there. It's cool." Like we don't care about
we
you.
genuinely do
We
not.
don't care. Oh, you live in New York? That's nice.
We're not raging a war about it.
Oh my God! But ask people from New York about Los Angeles.
Oh my god, let's please.
And then I think as you zero in to West Hollywood, then it intensifies,
Yes.
which is even more hilarious to me because, yes, of course, stereotypes exist for a reason. And I know I may have had one particular experience here, but I've also seen West Hollywood really evolve and change over the years. And I would also encourage anyone to look back at Pride parades from the 70s and 80s and 90s and all that stuff. You will
Yes.
see a lot of diversity going on.
Uh-huh.
And especially now, I think, in West Hollywood, not that I go out a lot or
Yeah.
what have you, but there's way more inclusivity in West Hollywood. There are,
See, the thing about that is that people like to go out to the Abbey,
oh, well, that's your
to
first
Mickey,
problem. That's your first problem.
right? To Abbey, to Mickey's, to the big destination spots. And then they themselves shun down the smaller dive bars, which is where the inclusivity lives, and where you'll hear hip hop and you'll see a various amount of colors and sizes and whatnot, intermingling and having a good time and not giving a shit.
Yeah, y'all need to jump into trunks.
Yes, y'all need to literally get out of your fucking. Y'all stop being pretentious.
That's what it is. Ooh, I'm gonna go to Pump,
Okay.
which is closed now, by the way.
Yeah, but now it's Pump and Tom Tom.
But that used to be that. Yeah, that you. Oh, that's right. It is still around. It's Pump
Yeah.
and Tom Tom.
Yeah.
But that's always the thing. People want. Oh, but it's on TV, so I'm gonna go there.
Yes.
Ew. First of all,
Oh, where's everyone at? Blah, blah, blah. I don't want the music here. Well, there are.
because you're at Pump.
Yes, this is the only place I've visited in America where you can walk down the street wearing whatever the fuck you want to wear, holding whoever's hand you want to wear.
Yeah.
And you, if you don't like the vibe at one place, you go 5 feet next door and there's a whole different vibe. You don't like that one, you go 5 feet next door. There are 22 bars in a
Yep.
3-mile radius.
There are fucking sports bars.
You are choosing
Yeah.
to be in spaces expecting something that you're not getting. And that is not our problem as natives.
No.
We know where to go. Sorry.
And I think overall, there's just this take that everyone in LA is, very flaky and self-centered, and like, ooh,
Mhm.
everyone's trying to be something. What's wrong with trying to be something?
Oh.
Number one, But
We said
two-
that in the car earlier.
Yeah.
But continue.
but also, a vast majority of LA has nothing to do with the industry.
Yes.
Sure, when you go out, you might meet in your interactions with people, yeah, you might have a higher yield of performers when you're going out to nightclubs and stuff.
Yes.
But we have everything else too. We have schools and restaurants, and we have
Yeah.
doctors and lawyers, and we have all the other things. In fact, a vast more majority of those things.
How I said to my lovely new friend at the show earlier is this. I always say this to anyone that has that complaint. Oh, everyone's just so flaky. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, first of all, you're probably running into people that you find aesthetically attractive who are dressed to the nines on a Monday night, and they probably moved here from small town fucking Idaho trying to be seen. Those of us who actually have lived here for longer and can survive here for longer than 6 months to a year, we don't give a shit. The people who are in the industry, they're not going to go ahead and blurt it out. They don't give a shit.
Yeah, if you ask, of course.
Yes,
but, yeah.
exactly. But also, you can't get mad at someone saying they have an audition or saying they're going to go on set the next day. Because you know why? That's what this city is built for. You go to DC, they're built for politics.
I think
Sorry,
it's also
you hear
harder
about
to
security clearances and shit in DC. New York, you have fashion and theater.
Yeah. Well, and I think there is kind of a LA thing too. I will say I've experienced this elsewhere, but it sounded great at the time. But
Uh-huh.
then you can't actually do that.
Yeah, no.
So maybe you said yes when it was 2 nights ago and y'all were whatever,
Yep.
hooplying and all that stuff.
And then maybe
but
someone did have a
then-
fucking audition.
yeah.
And the funny thing about this is
You have to be a
this.
little more fluid here.
But
It has to
also,
be a little more fluid
people
here.
love to see the result, and they hate to see the build-up. Everyone loves to see a Cinderella story.
Yeah.
Oh, they moved from small town Minnesota, went to LA, and now
Oh,
they
yeah.
are this big star on the big screen. However, that person probably had to blow off people because they had a last minute audition and they couldn't make lunch that day. Because they literally had, because that's what happens. These things are not scheduled. You
Right.
get called 9 a.m. Hey, we need you at 11 a.m. for an audition here. Oh shit, sorry, I can't fucking make it here.
Yeah.
So they love when they're the Beyonce, the Nicole Kidmans, the everything else's. They love when they are poor and normal and relatable and on your level. No one likes the middle ground when people are trying to get somewhere. And I get it. Some people are very rude when they are trying to get somewhere, but that's not the norm with people who have been in the industry for a while.
Yeah.
So that just comes with the territory. Sorry, so don't congratulate someone, your faves, mind you, who have actually made it, and then praise their Cinderella story when you can't accept that for other people. Also, support people when they are up and coming.
Yeah.
There's a new viral video about Lady Gaga. She performed at the Virgin Megastore, and she performed at Avalon. Okay, well, you know what?
I saw her at the Virgin Megastore, and I saw her at I forget what the club was called at the time, but it used to be where what's the one with all the steps? Not Firehouse. The one with all the steps.
oh God, what was that called?
Fucking.
Oh my God!
They used to do Cherry Pop there.
Yes!
This is a really long time ago, and it's something else. It's not even a club.
It
now.
was called one thing, but every
Yeah.
fucking night was called something else. So you don't really.
Arena or
It wasn't Arena.
always something
That's
else.
in Hollywood, but yes.
Anyway, I saw her perform there.
Yes.
There was no
But
stage.
it's like
it was her
those
and a,
people,
like
even when they're performing, it's like, oh, who the fuck is this bitch? Blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
blah.
right.
Oh, come to my show. I don't know who the fuck you are, yada, yada, yada. But then, 10 years later, oh my God, Gaga is my fucking Lord and Savior.
See, and that's the other thing
It's
too.
like,
don't
support
talk about
people.
people blowing you off when they invite you to something and you just don't go at all.
Yep.
Or I'm busy.
Yep, and don't call someone a flop because they're just starting, and then all of a sudden, 3 years later, they're on your radio and on your video, and you're now a stan. Because guess what? You were there, and you could have had a great moment enjoying someone's artistry and their come up. Just saying.
And there's also a lot to be said just for really finding your tribe here and the people that you totally vibe with. And that doesn't mean that
Definitely.
everyone that you meet is going to be your best friend.
Nope.
And you have to prioritize your time. And it's a big fucking city.
Yep, it is. LA is not New York. LA is a bunch of suburbs that are split up giantly. It is,
It
really.
is, yeah. It's a bunch of little towns
Yes.
that are all like connected by Melrose and Sunset and 3rd Street.
And the 101. And the
Yes, and the 405.
Yep. And the 110. And the 10. Literally, we have a bunch of fucking tiny towns that are all connected, and they're called LA.
Pretty much. Hate us if you will. We don't care. What do you got next?
Oh, okay, so, we love Blackpink.
Yeah.
Okay, so, what I love about this is so well orchestrated. So Blackpink is, I won't say on hiatus because they're about to go on tour, but in between their last album and this tour, every single member has released an album.
Mm-hmm.
In succession for the most part. Multiple videos, songs. And I will say this is the first time in my 41 years of life that I have seen a girl band do this and pull it off well. Every single album is great and different and shows off each person's personality. And Jennie's my favorite. There we go. She was already my favorite voice.
Yeah.
Before I even knew who the girls were. I stumbled upon them.
What is this the one with like Lisa and Rose and all those?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's Blackpink.
That's
Yeah,
what I thought. I
Yeah.
mean, I know the group, and I feel like because
they're the ones with
Rose
the
and
documentary.
Lisa are the
you told me
ones-
about the documentary.
That's right.
Yes,
Okay.
you're the one
It's
that's
coming back to me.
I still haven't even watched it.
The edibles are hitting it.
Yeah, and you were praising their work ethic and
Yeah.
how they were like
well,
so in
and
sync.
the thing about them, it doesn't surprise me that the label would go along with it, because usually
Yeah.
the label picks one, it's going to be the star, and then
Mhm.
they break her off, and then the others are like, "Fuck you, bye." Where I think they've realized, one, the success of the group, they can continue to do the group stuff, go on tour, make money as Blackpink, but then each one of them, because I think Lisa's in the new season of White Lotus. So
No, that's Jisoo.
Oh.
I think they're both acting, so I get them both confused as to what they're
which
in.
one? Because I'm not watching that.
Yeah, because Jisoo, she has.
So I don't know which. who's
She
on
only
it.
has a mini album, so it's like 4 songs. The other ones have full length albums, but I think she's the busiest one because she's been the most one acting out here in America.
But I think it's so fucking smart, because when I saw the documentary, one of the reasons that they succeeded their teenage pop star boot camp
Yeah,
was because what happens is, and I think a lot of people know this, but
it's a camp.
all these kids go to this school camp, what have you,
Yes.
and they train them to be pop stars. And it's like a legion of pop stars, but only so many of them
Can make it.
pass the final test. It's
Literally.
like it really is like
It's insane.
K-pop star idol, except it's their life for like 4 fucking years.
And there are no cameras, so whatever happens in there, and whatever you're yelling,
Yeah. And they're worked, I'm sure,
to the bone.
But these girls were like, "Oh, well, you do this really well, so you should do a rap." And like, "Oh my
Mhm.
God, you're like, we love your dance moves, so like, do
Yeah,
you want to be our choreographer?" And like, they bonded together of each one recognizing the talents that the other one
Yeah.
had, and how they worked as a group. But I think we get to also see now how they are as it's really fucking smart.
Oh, it's
I'm
extremely
just
smart,
surprised
and
the
I'm
label went
surprised.
along with it.
I'm surprised that the music is good.
It's all good,
And
yeah.
I mean across the board, because I was like, oh, someone's gonna have a flop. Like this is like, ugh.
Yeah,
Like I like Lisa, but she's more the rapper.
yeah.
She like Jenny would sing and rap. Lisa would mostly be the rapper and all this stuff. But Lisa's album is fucking amazing, and she actually riffs on that because she has a couple of lines saying that like, oh, Lisa's singing like like in one of her raps, and then she starts singing. She has a lot of singing songs, which is great. And
No, they're doing it.
Jenny has like a ton of like great like collaborations. A great song with Dua Lipa that's like a hippie guitar type of a feel, like a 70s situation that you wouldn't even expect. Her voice I gravitated to immediately because she just has a different kind of voice. And since before I gravitated towards tones more than anything else. But yeah, and the other two, solid fucking albums. Like it's crazy, and they're going on tour that sold out in I think an hour and a half. And now I want to fucking go because I can see Blackpink songs, and they're gonna do their own shit as well.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So if anyone has any connections out there,
Yes,
please
let's
let
go.
us know.
I remember hearing about, and I love a lot of different music, so I do remember hearing about them from someone, and then I think it was at a Comic-Con or a WonderCon where we were back at the hotel room, kind of playing DJ, and I put on a Blackpink song, and it was right as they were,
Yeah, like bubbling up.
and everyone was like, "Oh my God, who is this? Like, oh
Yeah.
my God, like who is this?" And I felt so cool because I was
See,
like,
you
"It's Blackpink."
you discovered them before me. You told me about their documentary, and then I had heard about them obviously, but I'm so like blah on a lot of just bands, especially K-pop, because normally there's like 10 of them, and
Yeah.
I can't distinguish the voices. I'm just like I'm not invested in this at all. But then you were like, no, there's only 4 of them. I'm like, wait, there's only
yeah,
4?
they're special.
I'm like, oh, and
Yeah.
then I started listening. I'm like, wait, this is right up my pop
They're
like
good.
alley.
Yeah.
Like the production, everything. I was like, oh, this is like high energy without being EDM. there are melodies, there are bridges, there are like production changes, like mid song out of nowhere that make no sense but actually work for some reason. Literally.
Yes. Well, good for them. They're also fucking talented, and
Yes.
clearly, I think utilize the experience of that boot camp situation.
Yes.
It's not forced upon them. It is, right? I mean, they get sent off by their parents with their parents' permission.
At a very young age.
They're like, no, we heard you singing in the grocery store. You're coming with us.
Seriously. But they all speak English.
But but also like they took all the skills and they're applying them.
They
in their
honed
own,
that
like,
very
unique
well.
way.
Yeah.
I think that applies to so many things where, like, even if you're in a job that you don't like or something,
Yeah.
there are skills that you're going to learn at that job
Yes.
that in your next thing you should use those skills.
Exactly.
So yeah, I'd
Yes.
love to see them
And Lisa was just-
thriving.
And Lisa was just performed at the Oscars,
They have good voices,
which is crazy.
Yeah.
Lisa, Doja Cat, and Ray, who have a song out right now, that's on Lisa's album.
Yeah.
But yeah, they killed it. Like, she killed it because
I'd love to see
she's
it.
considered the rapper
Yeah.
of the group, so no one expects the rapper to be able to sing. But no, she killed it.
Which is always so funny to me because you have to have such a good rhythm to your voice and be able to pitch your
Yes.
voice up and down to rap. I know not all rappers can sing, but
Singers can rap, rappers cannot always sing.
not always.
Yeah, no, yes.
But the transition from rapper to singer seems very natural.
Yes,
'Cause you
exactly.
have so
It's
many
easy.
skills.
Yes.
Well, not to make a dramatic turn hard right into this next topic. Okay, so back to me for a second. I've been into all this ghostly shit, watching all these ghost stories, all these ghost movies. So much ghost stuff is like ghost huntery stuff,
Uh-huh.
which kind of pisses me off because you know I don't like reality shows. And it's just people going through old houses going, "Are you here, spirit? Oh my god, I heard something."
yes.
I'm like, yeah, something that we all heard off camera that's clearly a added sound effect. Right? Like, it's never like we
Yeah.
never see the thing move. We see them pan over to something that they said just moved.
Exactly.
Anyway, so we've been watching all this ghostly stuff, and I am aware of Ghost Adventures star Aaron Goodwin, who has been marked safe after his wife Victoria was arrested for allegedly conspiring to have him murdered.
Yes, I just saw this yesterday.
Girl.
By speaking to an inmate in prison, giving his schedule
Uh-huh.
for filming, and he thought that they had a happy fucking marriage. And the only reason that they found this shit out is because the inmate's phone was confiscated.
Well, look, you don't text a murder plot
Thank
to
you.
anyone,
Less than smart.
first of all. But I'm sure he's glad she did because,
That's crazy.
yeah, what always gets me in these like conspiracy buildups and plots and whatever and like all this stuff is, and I'm sure there are some people who have gotten away with it, but normally they don't.
No.
I mean, the person usually dies,
yes.
but they don't get away with it.
No.
The first person they look at, always
Yep.
the spouse. Always the
Yep.
first person.
And they always stumble upon their words and their facts and this, that, and the next thing, and then someone outside of the whole situation squeals.
Yes.
Because they've normally been in prison already.
Yeah.
And
something
they're
like
used to
that.
it, so it's like, whatever, I
Yeah,
don't care.
or they just keep finding weird evidence.
Yes,
that's
things
like,
that just don't
like,
add
but there
up.
was blood on your robe that's spatter from a gun, not from,
Yeah.
Yeah, there's always something in forensics now. It's crazy. So I'm just like, it's wild to me that proactively they were able to get on top of this, but only because that phone was confiscated.
Yes. If not, That man could be fucking dead.
We'd be hearing about her going to jail for killing her
Literally.
conspiring to kill her husband, who is now
Yep.
dead. Yeah. Wow. Wild times. Absolutely wild times for him. Can you fucking imagine? Being the husband.
Right? Thinking you're in a happy marriage, treating your wife to whatever like the fuck she
Yeah,
wants.
you're a reality ghost hunter star.
Yeah, you
and
have
you've got
your
a nice
money,
life, and people know who you
like-
are. You're kind of famous, and yeah, all she had to do was nothing.
Child.
It's always wild to me. People think they're going to get that windfall of
Yep.
life insurance or whatever. You know they're going to blow it in a year.
Literally.
Do nothing, live out your most fabulous life, or just fucking get a divorce. I doubt
Thank
they
you.
signed a prenup, so Jesus.
Like, I got one thing left, and that's it.
Okay.
Wendy Williams.
Oh my god, that was the next one on my notes.
See, this is how the show works. We don't share notes. We just riff off each other, and most times it just intersects. Yeah. So, did you see her evaluation?
I saw that she has been deemed mentally competent after
Yep.
passing a psychiatric evaluation
Uh
with
huh.
a perfect score.
Yes. Well, what happened, I think last week, was that she tossed a note out of her room saying, "Help Wendy," because there's paparazzi outside all the time.
Yeah, and TMZ had talked to her.
Yeah.
And that stuff.
And then, no, well, that was before.
Oh, right. Oh, that's
Yeah.
how they. Yeah.
Yes, but then someone like one of the paparazzi like picked up the note or whatever. She called the cops herself and went to the hospital. She was on The View today
Mm-hmm.
and said that she went to the hospital because she was having like heart problems or whatever, and just normal stuff. Which I already know what that means. She was trying to sneak and get something else done,
Yeah.
which she did. She said, and then I said, "Hey, can we bring someone in to evaluate me, please?"
Mm-hmm.
And they evaluated her, and she was competent. So she will soon be released out of her conservatorship. She was on The View via phone, not in person, sounding completely lucid.
Right, because her. I'm not a doctor, and I do not treat Wendy Williams, but my understanding is that her issues that she was having was caused as a
By
side
alcohol.
effect of her alcoholism.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. But they claimed
now that she's been-
that she had what Bruce Willis has, was
Yeah, they said she
which
had
is
aphasia.
degenerative, which
Right.
yes,
Yeah, it
and
doesn't
she-
work that way.
And there's
I know of.
definitely a difference from her Lifetime documentary till now. So someone was clearly doing something, obviously, or she
Keeping
was
her
drinking.
liquored up.
Yes, exactly.
Giving her access to
Yep.
the poison.
And
that
then
she's putting in
bam,
her
lights,
body.
camera, action, bam. She is incapacitated.
Yeah.
She's like, "I am not incapacitated." And even at the end of the interview, she said, "I don't know what these people want from me." But she never denied not needing a guardian. She said, "I cannot continue with this judge
Yeah.
and with my current guardian. I need a different guardian." Which to me shows that she knows she has a problem,
Right. She needs a
And needs some
sponsor. She
guidance.
needs a yeah.
which is fine and responsible, honestly. But these people,
Well, also it puts it in someone else's hands who isn't likely to.
yes.
Usually, it's family members who get in and just take.
And
her
that's
money.
all they've wanted the entire time was
Yeah.
someone from the family to take over her.
Yeah.
Yeah. The judge said that she was never withheld from her family. When the family has reached out and said, "We can't contact her. She can call us. We can't call her. We've shown up to the facility. We said, 'Hey, I'm Wendy Williams' niece. This is my name. Can you please check me in?' There's no one here by that name."
shady.
So the judge and the fucking guardian are shady.
Yeah.
And the fact that she didn't say, I don't need any type of guardianship. I don't want these people. I don't want this judge
Mm-hmm.
making decisions, and I don't want this guardian holding on to my money and controlling
That's
me.
what happened to Brittany too. I feel like that
Literally.
judge was totally getting checks on the side.
Exactly.
Because when they brought it to a different judge, new things happened.
And also, that lawyer never told her that she could petition herself to get out of the whole situation. They lied and said that she could not, that it was an impossibility. It was indefinite.
That shit is so freaky, and I really hope it's putting a spotlight on the fact of how frequently this happens with the elderly in this country,
Yep.
where someone outside the family swoops in as this guardian angel, save your friend, and suddenly has power of attorney.
The same woman
And then
fucking that was in charge of Britney tried to do it to Lindsay Lohan back in the day. Not only that, but I'm sorry. How many men are under conservatorships at all? I mean, let's talk about that, because I can think of Kanye, Tyrese, Andy Dick, Charlie Sheen. They've done way worse things than Britney and Wendy fucking Williams have done.
Yeah.
And they're just roaming free. Charlie's cleaned up his act now, as far as we know. But the other three, Kanye's still roaming around.
Wait, who was that singer that I think they gave her a lobotomy.
Who?
There was someone like that. There was a movie about it. Oh my god, it's coming to me. Because fucking Meryl Streep, I think, was in the movie. Fuck, I can't remember. My AI is not helping me out. There was I think it was a country singer. There's a movie about it. Oh my god, hold on. I'm gonna ask my chat GPT. What movie did Meryl Streep do about the celebrity who got a lobotomy? If I am making this up in my mind... Oh yeah, Frances, 1982. Jessica Lange. Sorry, my bad.
Oh, okay.
Frances Farmer. The actress endured a troubled life, including being institutionalized after being subjected to a lobotomy.
Well, I mean, if you read or listened to Britney's book, her great grandmother had the same thing. She was an outspoken woman, and the men in the family didn't like it, and they had her institutionalized. And she held the money, oddly enough. It's a misogynistic situation, first and foremost.
Well, yeah.
It's an overused situation. People need guidance. People need therapy. People might need some guardianship in some aspects of their life. They don't need their fucking rights taken away.
Their rights, their finances, all that
Yes,
stuff.
why
That's
is Wendy
fucked
Williams
up.
in a room smaller than our studio right now and not able to go and have a dinner? Her first dinner out was with her niece after this whole thing happened a couple of days ago. That's insane. And my thing is this. People are ragging on Britney all the time. She's not punching paparazzi. She's not doing the shit that Kanye's doing. She's not fucking molesting people like fucking Andy Dick is fucking doing. She's twirling around in her goddamn mansion. Literally minding her fucking business.
Not hurting anybody.
Like, it doesn't make sense to me that that's where people go to,
Mm-hmm.
oh, this person, oh, they need to be caged up. Really? Do they, though? No, they don't.
We're always going to defend Britney, but Britney's always been a little goofy.
Yes, and
she's fun and silly. Let her
People
be.
need guidance from people they can trust,
Sure.
which she has not had that at all.
Right.
So I don't even blame her.
I don't think Britney could ever have a normal life. First of all, just her
No.
level of celebrity, but also everything mentally that they have done to that girl.
I wouldn't
It's gonna
trust a
take
doctor to come near
her
me.
decades to work through.
Yes, I wouldn't trust a doctor or anyone
No.
that has power over my autonomy
No.
to come within 2 inches of me if I've gone through what she's gone through. I probably wouldn't be here, quite honestly.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't make any sense. But even outside of that, Beverly Nichols was taken advantage of. There are so many, and it's women. Women,
Always.
women,
Yeah.
women, women. Not the men. The men are the badasses. Oh, they can go and punch a fucking paparazzi
He's
in the eye.
eccentric.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, he's creative. He's a genius. I'm all, no, he's a fucking psycho. So why are these women getting, no, get these women the help they need and don't overdo it. And also these men, get them the fucking help they need and maybe force them to fucking be into guardianship because they already have the male privilege. And that's why they behave the way like that they do, honestly. They know they can get away with it.
Right.
They're not gonna control their emotions. They know they can walk up and smack someone or yell at someone or throw something at someone or smash someone's phone and then it'll be on TMZ the next day and then they'll sell 1 million fucking albums the next day. No one's gonna give a shit. It's such a misogynistic practice that I don't fucking understand.
Oh, I understand that. I just don't support it. I mean,
Oh,
I
yeah.
completely understand where it's coming from. It's just not something that I agree with on any level. I think we should empower women
Yep.
and lift them up. And that leads me to my last topic. It's going to take me a second to get there. First of all, I'm just going to say Demi Moore.
Okay.
Iconic. We love her.
Yes.
Let me dip back because we have a couple weeks where we didn't do an episode and we didn't talk about the
Yes.
Oscars at all. Demi Moore was favored to win the Oscar because she had, other than maybe 1 or 2 awards, kind of swept award season with The Substance. And everyone pretty much expected her to win the Oscar, which she did not. Mikey Madison won the Oscar for
Yes.
her incredible performance
Yeah.
in the movie that she's in.
Yeah. In Aurora, right?
Aurora.
Yeah.
And instead of being like, oh man, how exciting, a fucking 24-year-old wins the Oscar, and yeah, of course we were rooting for Demi, but like,
Yeah.
wow, this girl can fucking act, and she's so young, and she's getting recognized. It was, Demi Moore is robbed, and Mikey's performance was shit, oh, that movie sucked,
Yeah.
and oh, people don't know what to do with horror, and oh, horror will never win, and this and that and the other, and immediately pitting these two against each other, even though, kind of ironically, it did sort of mirror the theme of The Substance,
It did.
which is
It really did,
sort of
honestly.
younger
It
ingenue,
totally did.
eclipsing the
Mhm.
established actress. So, sure, I get it. But why, for as much as I was rooting for Demi, and as much as I'm sure she was crushed in that moment,
Yeah.
she herself, probably her publicist, wrote to congratulate Mikey, to be
Yeah.
like, I can't wait to see what you do next. And just having seen, I mean, I don't know Demi Moore, obviously, but just having seen some of the interviews she's done with other actresses,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she saw Enola. Like,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she watched that movie. So, if nothing else, to be like, that bitch. But, but why do we have to pit them against each other? Sure, was I sore that Demi Moore didn't win her Oscar? Yes. And I was also happy for a young actress who's also from a horror franchise. She was in Scream.
Yeah.
The reboot. So now a Ghostface has won an Oscar. I couldn't be happier. Why can't we be happy for both of them?
And again,
Why can't we have, because
why does it happen with men?
2
It
years
doesn't
ago,
happen with men ever.
no, 2 years ago, Demi herself said she didn't even think she would be up for an award.
No.
So
She doesn't care. She's living her fucking life.
I think she cares. They spend a lot of money during award
I mean, I think she
season.
cares a little bit. I don't think in the grand scheme of things that she cares that fucking much. I think she enjoys what she does. I think she likes being in the limelight and being appreciated for what she does.
I also feel like
I don't think a trophy is
It's
going to...
still gives her that one thing.
Yes.
right? Just that little. You got so close.
Yeah.
And I know from another speech she made, she had thought about, oh, maybe I've done what I'm supposed to do with acting.
Yeah.
And now I wonder if maybe that just sparks her a little bit more.
Maybe. I mean, I think that this role in The Substance probably sparked her a lot because she was so good and so acclaimed and did a genuinely amazing
She put her whole
job.
body into that role.
I literally...
Her
So when I
whole
watched
body.
it a couple of weeks ago, because I'm late on everything, when I watched it like a couple of weeks ago, at first I was all, why is everyone fawning over this? I've seen her do. My G.I. Jane was like Oscar worthy to me. That was a fucking.
It should have been, except they got trashed because of it was woke.
Yes, but I was like, and then as the movie went on, I was like, oh, okay, she's acting her ass off. Acting her ass off through prosthetics, which is not an easy task to do whatsoever. I'm like, okay, she's acting her fucking ass
with the one
off.
eye you can see.
Like she's acting her ass off.
Yeah.
Yes. And then I was like, okay, now I see, because I didn't know what I was walking into, honestly. That was the one movie I actually like avoided spoilers for. I saw screenshots of things that
out of context, they don't.
And they were all prosthetics. I don't know what the fuck they were or who it was even underneath them, honestly. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? But yeah, I was like, okay, yeah, nope. She did that.
She sure did.
Yep.
Yes. And like I said, I wonder if that might be like the extra little spark to keep her going. But here is where I finally get to something new, which astute listeners might be aware of, but you know you don't just finish up a movie and go through award season without having something else in production. Demi Moore's next film is a sci-fi adventure comedy with Keke Palmer. Stop right now. Give it to me.
Is this true?
Yes. It's in production right now.
I'm gonna watch it. That's it. In theaters. That's it. AMC Pass. Boom.
Yeah.
Notch checked off.
Right. I can't fucking wait to see that.
Oh, that's gonna be amazing. Yes.
And also, what an interesting genre blend. Sci-fi action comedy.
Right up my fucking alley.
I love that for her.
Yes.
And her and Keke, I really hope they get some scenes together.
Yes.
Really do. Be a crime if they do not. Yeah. So there you go.
Has she done? Now the closest thing was like Charlie's Angels, and that was just action comedy, no sci-fi involved.
Right.
Yeah.
Charlie's Angels.
She stole the goddamn show, which is not easy
for the 10 minutes she was in it.
Which is not easy to do in that fucking franchise, because that franchise was 2 goddamn movies, and they are cultural staples.
You know what? They got to bring that back with all 4 of them, because I don't believe that Madison died, first of all.
Exactly.
And Drew has said it. Lucy Liu has said it.
They've all said it.
And now Cameron is back.
Yep. And Cameron said she would love to do it.
They got to do it.
They have to.
They got to do it. Those movies are so insane and so over.
I don't want a new fucking team of angels and shit.
No.
Nope, I don't want them training them. No, I want my angels.
It's their last mission or whatever.
That's it. That's it.
Those 2 films are such great satire and adrenaline.
And done so well.
Fun. The second one is off the fucking rip.
Yes.
The first one was crazy enough. The second one was just completely fucking nuts.
I'm aging myself, and I don't care. I used to have one of those like 5-player DVD players, and I'd have both of them like in just the 2, and I'd fall asleep in them all the fucking time, and I'd wake up to one of them playing. Because they would just go in succession, and they would just keep playing and playing and playing and playing.
Well, apparently the first movie got made because Mick G had all of the. I don't know if it was all.
What happened to him?
I don't know. He kind of fell off. Maybe he's doing TV now. I'll Google him.
Bring
in a
him
second.
back.
I'll Google him in a second. He apparently, I don't know if he had all the storyboards, but he also actively walked through the entire script by acting it out. Which, if you can draw
I
a
love
mental
that.
picture of some fucking crazy, and then there'll be this music, and then she kicks her foot up, yeah, like just literally acting out the entire fucking.
So he's
movie.
Not only like, you know, creatively, but physically responsible for my favorite scene in the movie. Flip your goddamn hair. And also, no.
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 No. All by Lucy Liu, by the way, if you have not seen the movie.
Classic.
Alex is my favorite.
And that his passion and him acting it out is what made them say yes.
I love that.
The second one, of course, studio executives were like, oh, we don't know. Charlie's Angels too. And then they had that
After the first one, so much goddamn money?
and then they wanted to do that big stunt at the beginning with the helicopter.
Yes.
And they were like, well, we don't know if we want to spend all that money on these three girls. And he brought to the pitch a new technology, computer generated, where it, in a very basic form,
showed how it
showed
would
that
be.
exact scene from frame to frame.
Where is he?
Again,
Where is
acting
he?
out.
Bring him back to modern fucking movies.
And once they saw it, they were like, okay, yeah, you're a go for that.
Because my first thing was like, first of all, like, because that was like in my whole martial arts mode and gymnast, you know, like era. I was all, these action scenes are fucking amazing for being just a debut Charlie's fucking Angels movie, first of all. Like, it was like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, like, situation going on in a Charlie's Angel movie. And I knew Charlie's Angels, you know, and whatnot, like, my mom and my grandma and whatnot, but I wasn't that invested. I wasn't watching, like, the shows.
No.
Anything like that. But I was all, I want to see this movie because of the trailer that had all these cool-ass fucking, like, action scenes. And it was a perfect blend of everything.
So the tea on that is, you can tell I've watched all the behind-the-scenes footage of Charlie's Angels. The tea on that is they use the team, I forget who these guys are, but they've done a lot of heavy martial arts movies, like the Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon guys.
They were the ones that did all the wire work. That's right, yes.
And they were like...
That was a thing back in the day, all the wire work.
The wire works, yes. Which I'm sure they still use today. But
yes.
They said that, I remember this for this reason alone, because they asked the guy, like, oh, well, when the girls first came in to train, you know, they had to have X amount of days to train, and they train for weeks and weeks on a particular stunt, and, you know, every scene is just built to their... And specifically, he said, well, when the three of them first came in, we thought, we're not sure if we're going to be able to do this. Except for Lucy Liu.
Oh my god, that's...
And then went on to say what they decided to do was really assess each one of their styles, body type, what they could physically do.
Yes.
So they made Lucy Liu the classic.
Yep.
Martial arts.
Mm-hmm.
They gave Cameron the more called crane style.
Yes.
Which is because she has really long legs and she's really tall.
And it looks great on camera.
And because she's also a dancer.
Yeah.
And she's flexible.
Yep.
So they're like, she can do all that. She can be on one leg.
Yes.
She can do all the stuff. And then they gave Drew the street style.
Yeah.
And just kind
Which
of
worked perfectly.
Elbows and knees.
And worked with their character as well.
Yes.
Yes.
So that's what actually made that happen, was they were like, what are we going to do with these three who, one of them is trained and the other two like, we don't know what to do with them. They're not going to be Lucy Liu.
Yes.
You can't make them like that. Like, they can't all have the same
it goes
bodies.
back to the tougher conversation. You don't have to be a singer.
Yep.
You don't have to be a dancer.
Yes.
Work with what you fucking have, and it can be fucking magic.
Exactly.
Boom.
Well, I love that we went on a Charlie's Angels diatribe.
Oh yeah, same. I could talk about that for fucking hours. You have no idea.
Bring them back.
Please do.
All right, everybody, thanks for listening. Be sure to check out our sponsors and our show notes and save some money by using our coupon codes. Until next time,
Goodbye.
bye.